Hey everybody, what's up? It's Chelsea Texera, your host of Up to Date. This week we have one of my very best friends on the show. Her name is Araceli Vasquez. At Kitchen Prodigy is her Instagram handle. She is a personal chef and has a food and wine blog. So this week we are talking about the importance of passion in a person and in a relationship. We also talk about her crazy trips to Miami and the Bahamas. So please be sure to like and subscribe and share and stay up to date. Hey everybody, welcome back to Up to Date. I'm your host, Chelsea Texera, and today is a very special episode because I have one of my closest friends in the studio today, Araceli Vasquez. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is so talented. She is a personal chef, and she has her own food and wine blog. Araceli, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Cheers, babe.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes, this is what I needed right now.
Yes.
So refreshing.
You're what I needed right now. So, welcome to the show. Okay. So we have to keep everybody up to date on your life. Okay. So let's start out with a little bit about you. Give us a little bit of your background, what made you start your food blog, and also you can find her at the Kitchen Prodigy on Instagram. Yes. She has tons of awesome recipes. Every single day she's showing what she's cooking up. So yeah, tell us about that, sister.
Okay, so I am Araceli. You can find my handle here under Kitchen Prodigy. I like to do a lot of recipes. I like to recreate recipes that I try when I'm either traveling or when I go to a restaurant that I love. I like to go home and get in the kitchen and then make it my own, as well as just have fun in the kitchen and just make random recipes myself. But I started cooking when I was 15 years old. My mom went back to college when I was in high school, so I was in charge of cooking, and then it kind of kicked off from there. I started experimenting and getting a little bit better, and then as I went on, like over time, I worked at a restaurant. I started my food and wine blog, and then it's just been practice makes perfect. So it's been great.
That's amazing. So how long have you had the food and wine blog? Because I know that you have honestly just skyrocketed. And we've been friends, Araceli and I, for about 3 years now.
Three and a half.
It's so crazy to see somebody when they pursue something that they love and that they're passionate about. Everything is hard as you start, but if you put everything into it and you believe in yourself, it's crazy what can manifest for you if you believe in it.
You're so right. I started, I think, officially cooking as a personal chef a year and a half ago, but the food and wine blog has been around for 2 years, and I think just being persistent and resilient over time, just you can't even imagine the things that I've manifested for myself. Like I said, practice makes perfect. If you stick to what you love and you believe in yourself, you're there. That's all you need.
So we all know that I love to rhyme, and one of my favorite things is persistence overcomes resistance.
Oh my God.
Seriously. So no, because like somebody could say, oh, I want to be a personal chef, but the fact that you're actually out there doing it, it's because you persisted. You didn't just put out there one time, oh, I want to be a personal chef. You showed up every single day. You put out there, like, this is what I love to do. Let me enlighten your life with that as well. And that's amazing. And I feel like people are super inspired by that. And that's why you have the following that you do and that you keep just growing and growing.
Yeah, and it's not easy. I can't sit here and say, like, oh, it was so easy. I just thought about what I wanted to do, and then I did it. Like, I got a lot of no's. I got a lot of setbacks. There was a lot of times where I was, like, crying and was like, what am I doing? I quit my job, and now I'm just doing this. I'm working for myself. Like, what is this, right? But I think I have such a great family and great friends like you know what I mean, that are constantly encouraging me and being like, hey, like, you can do this. And then you kind of pick yourself up and say, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. And you wouldn't believe, like, the opportunities that I get just from being resilient. Like, it's insane.
Being resilient and believing in yourself. And once again, it's hard because there's always going to be people that don't believe in you, but you have to listen to the people that matter, the people that love you, that are in your corner.
Right.
And so like you just touched on, you've had so many crazy opportunities.
Crazy ones.
It's crazy ones. So let's start off with, we always start the show with what are some of your favorite places. And also, you know that I took my very first solo trip last year, and it's changed my life and is kind of the reason that we're here today. Right. So talk to me about your very first solo trip. And I know you said it's one of your favorite places that you've ever been.
Amazing. I love New York. So New York was my first solo trip, and I actually got invited as an influencer to the NBA 2K kickoff party. It was like a video game, and it was a relaunch.
Did
and
you
so
play NBA 2K?
I never even knew what it was until I got an email, and I thought it was fake. I thought it was like one of those princes that are like, here's $2 million, cash it.
Marry me.
You know, I was like, oh, sure. And then they kept reaching out, and so finally I answered, and I was flown out for free. I got a free hotel, like food, drinks, everything, and it was so amazing. I knew not one person, and it was so much fun. I got to go to this party, and I saw all kinds of celebrities. Like, I met Ben Simmons. He's so cute.
So for us who don't know who that is, me, who is Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons is like the tallest, like most delicious man. He plays basketball, but he dated Kendall Jenner, and I'm such a Kardashian fan. Like, I can't. I'm too loyal. You know what I mean?
Right.
I couldn't, so I was like, all right, you know.
Right. So went out there, did that. So that was great. So the NBA 2K thing was super fun. What else did you do while you were out there?
I went to a lot of restaurants. I went to a lot of rooftops, obviously, and then I went to a restaurant called Budokan. It is like a Budokan, and it's so beautiful.
I love
it's like
Buddha.
It looks like a temple in there. It's like dark. It's like almost when you're walking into Indiana Jones, like all smoky and weird, and you're like, ooh, you know. And I loved it, and it was like great food. It was Chinese food, and I'm not like a huge Chinese food
That's
fan.
one of my favorite foods, actually. I love Chinese food. Yeah.
Wow.
For my birthday next year, you might have to personal
I'm gonna take you to
Budokan.
No, I'm gonna take you to Budokan.
Yeah,
or I
we're
can
going
cook for you. It's up
no,
to you.
I'd rather go to Budokan.
Okay,
I think.
let's go to Budokan.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely, I feel like New York, I've been a few times, but summertime, do not even try to look cute. It is going to be hot and steamy. Just no jackets. Leave them at home.
Oh my goodness. Even today, as we were coming into the studio, I was like, Dylan, please make sure the air conditioning's on.
Yes.
This is an emergency.
Hot.
So
I wore this long sleeve for looks. It's not working out.
No, it is working out. Absolutely.
Oh,
Don't even play.
Okay.
Cheers to that, girlfriend.
Cheers.
So since I knew we were going to be talking about New York, I almost made us a Cosmo, but later we're going to tell you guys what we're sipping on today.
Ooh.
We're going to keep it a mystery for now. But okay, so New York. So that was one of your favorite places to eat?
Yeah, I love New York. It's so diverse. You know what I mean? It's like you can walk down the street and there's Greek food. And then there's Mexican and Chinese and all these amazing restaurants, and everybody is just so laid back and casual and stylish. It's such a fun place. If you haven't gone, you really need to go.
So obviously there's a ton of amazing restaurants, rooftops, and just views galore.
Yeah,
Besides
so
the
nice.
food, what was one of your favorite things that you did there?
Oh man, I think one of my favorite things to do there was just to kind of ride the subway and just kind of explore the city. Yeah, because we don't have that here. Like I mean, not to sound like pretentious, but I mean, we don't have public transit systems out here that people take.
That's true.
Over there it's so casual, and you just like feel like you're in the movies. You're like calling a taxi and like on the subway. Yeah, it felt very Sex and the City. So it was really fun to just like explore and feel independent and get lost. So that was honestly such a good time.
Love that. So yeah, in Europe they have a lot of the public transportation too, and living in California, I'd never experienced that till I went to Europe. So to experience that in the United States, I'm sure was a trip. And you see in every show about New York, or obviously
like
Sex and the City is our number one, but the taxis. So is it hard to hail a taxi?
Not for me.
Duh.
No.
But so like, what is the traffic like? Is it even worth it to get a taxi? I feel like it's like
it's better to walk, but in the summertime, it is too hot.
You're like, you're not walking anywhere.
I'm not walking anywhere. It's too hot. I mean, if you're used to that weather, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So New York, we love it. Once again, we like to talk about places to go in the U.S. right now, just because international travel is halted for the foreseeable future.
Right.
But that doesn't stop us from daydreaming and also recanting our amazing memories and travels from other places.
Right.
So after New York, what's number 2 favorite place?
Number 2, I just got back yesterday from Miami. I actually came back for your show. I could have stayed the whole weekend, but how could I resist you? I had to be here. Miami is absolutely beautiful. I mean,
so tell us why you were there, because that's also just like what we talked about earlier.
Yes.
You kind of persisted and manifested this amazing opportunity in your life.
We were just talking about this.
I know.
We just watched a show on manifestation and believing in yourself. So I was actually out there for work. I was a personal chef to a personal client that I can't tell his name. You know, it's kind of private.
It's on the hush.
It's on the hush. But I stayed in the most beautiful condo condo.
You guys would not believe this place. So once again, follow at Kitchen Prodigy to see all of her crazy highlights, because I'm sure that will be on the Miami highlight. She was waking up and pressing a button, and the curtains were unfolding to the most beautiful freaking scene of the beach you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, it was in Ball Harbor, Florida, which is supposed to be like the bougiest place in Miami. And I'm like at the top floor at this beautiful condo, just cooking. You know, the kitchen was so beautiful. I've never cooked in a this guy juice is strong. Cooked in a more beautiful place. You know what I mean? It was like absolutely gorgeous. So I was there for work, and then I did all kinds of different dishes, and it was so much fun. So everything was all paid for again, and I just got to like lounge by the pool and relax, and then cook dinner, and I did some breakfast things. So it was a good time.
Good time. So yeah, one thing I really want to touch on again is like the amazing thing that social media is, because a lot of opportunities have been brought to you through your following and your influence, right?
Yeah.
Like influencer.
Right.
So with Instagram, do you have any tips for getting your following up, or how to get more people to interact with your content?
Right. I think the main thing to be on Instagram is be organic. Mm-hmm. Don't promote anything that you don't personally believe in. I get a lot of offers to get free things, and that's great, but if I don't believe in it, I'm not going to post it. It's just, people don't want to feel like they're being sold 24/7, you know? So be organic. Of course, if you can make money, right? But be organic and keep your private life to yourself.
Absolutely.
Big time.
That is a big, major key. Okay, so Miami, so that's awesome. Did you do anything out of the ordinary there that you would recommend for anybody, or any amazing restaurants you would recommend?
I did. I went to a restaurant called Prime 112, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. Of course, we had to sit outside because of the whole COVID thing.
But right now, I think that's kind of a godsend. Honestly, like, it's so beautiful out.
It's like, oh, I'm so sad I have to be outside in Miami. It was...
Most of the time, I'll say this for myself, most of the time if they're like, do you want inside or outside? I'm an inside girl, unless it's like an amazing view or, something or other. But in Miami, I can imagine that being the case. Right. And also, if that's the only option, sign me up.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, good food. I mean, I had like a lobster. It was like a full-blown, it looked like a little mini shark. It was huge. It was huge. I was like, ordered a lobster thinking it was going to be like this small tail, and it was like this huge like head and claw thing.
Instead of jaws, you got claws.
Oh. Okay, girl, cheers. I can't.
Okay, so Prime 112.
Prime 112, great place. You have to visit.
You mentioned another place to me today. You said you guys got some of your supplies.
Oh yeah, Fountain Blue, but we didn't end up going there.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't open. There was a lot of places that were not open because of COVID.
But you said it is one of the top.
Yeah, it's one of the top restaurants. But I mean, being in this amazing condo, I don't even want to say the price tag, but it's hefty. So I just like...
Hefty.
It's hefty, girl. Like, who wants to leave? I had an infinity pool. I had my own room. Like, it was, like, amazing. I didn't care to go anywhere else. It was, like, a nice vacation to kind of
That pool was insane.
That pool, you guys got to check it out. It's on my highlights. How do you come back to regular life after that? There's no way. There's no way.
Well, so hopefully you can just hop on a plane back there anytime you want, it sounded like.
It sounds like it's going to be a frequent thing. Let's cross our fingers and manifest it.
But next time, bring me, because I'll be the travel consultant, and we'll book a trip out of Miami.
I need to bring my sous chef. She's a part of the deal now, right?
I'll be the seafood chef. I'll see the food and I'll eat it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, get in line, girlfriend. There's a lot of those right now.
I know, but I'm special.
Oh. You're right.
You're right. Okay, so loved Miami. Once again, that's a place I have been to Florida, but not to Miami yet. So that's on the list. I think we might have to go together since you're the pro. So you're gonna have to show me what's going down.
Yeah, I mean, there was like no nightclubs at all open or anything, but I mean, we'll be okay.
We're gonna be fine.
Like
I think we bring the party.
Like fun ladies. I mean, I'm single. Are you single?
I am single as a dollar and not looking for change, baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's fun.
It looks like a lot of fun. And once again, I feel like this might be happening for like the remainder of the year. Probably but I think that it's a good idea to start planning for next year.
We gotta do it.
as far as, let's book some dates times, and we're going to be loving life, laying out, and on our way to your next favorite place. So we're going to head to Miami, and then after Miami, we're going to hop over to, which is an hour flight I looked up.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's an hour flight.
Yeah.
To Araceli's most favorite place, the Bahamas.
I love the Bahamas. It's so beautiful. There's so many people out there for like, what is it? After the wedding, you know what it is.
After the wedding?
The wedding thing, the trip that everyone goes to after.
Honeymoon.
Honeymoon. I've never been married. I don't know. I forget. I've never been married.
Yeah, we haven't had our honeymoons yet.
Yeah,
so it slipped our mind.
That people do after the honeymoon. There's so many people on their honeymoon, and they were like all in love, and it's just like me, like woo. But it was a good time. It's so beautiful. Like where you look, it looks like a screensaver. It's just so gorgeous, and the weather is perfect. And living out here, I never thought I was like a water girl. Like the water here is so cold.
I went to the beach yesterday actually in Cardiff, and the water was super warm. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, normally it is. Like it's pretty chilly.
It's ice cold, and I never was into it. And when I was in the Bahamas, like you could not pull me out of the water. I was like in the water the entire time. Like, no, I'm not even joking. Like they were bringing in the rafts because they have rafts just sitting out there. And like the worker was like calling me in, and I was like, no. I was like a little child where the mom was like calling him in. I'm like, I'm not leaving.
He was roping you in.
He was like calling me in. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. It was a good time.
Araceli was high on Sky Juice, which for everybody listening, that's what we're drinking today. Yes. As usual, the recipe will be another one. The recipe will be linked on our Instagram page and on the YouTube as well. This one is refreshing, coconutty for sure. So if you like coconut, this is going to be the one for you. But it will get you where you need to go.
I'm buzzing right now. Like, what did you put in here? I don't remember this.
It's a secret. Till later. Once again, check out our Instagram, follow, comment, and share. And yeah, so I'm glad you love it. Thank you for the inspiration. I talked to Araceli this morning. I'm like, what should we make today? And she said, Sky Juice. This is absolutely the go-to drink in the Bahamas, which I had never heard of it before.
Yeah, me neither.
So if you go to the Bahamas, you guys, and you say, oh, I'll take a Sky Juice, they're going to look at you like, what?
Oh, are you a local? No, I mean, it's everywhere. If you go on a boat tour and you stop, like they bring you Sky Juice. Like if you go to the local fish fry market, it's like Sky Juice everywhere. And like the locals were like, be careful, like don't drink more than one. And I'm like, this is my vacation. I can do what I want. And then I had one, and girl, I was like acting a fool. I was out on the streets just dancing. It was fun.
Araceli told me, she's like, remember I told you about this after my trip last year? I said, no, but I think you posted about it. And she probably didn't remember that she posted about it because the Sky Juice had your girl feeling loose.
I was drunk. I like woke up and I saw all the things that I posted, and I was like, how embarrassing. I have my mom on there.
It wasn't embarrassing. It was actually inspiring. And you posted one thing that I've been so interested in. You swam with pigs.
I know. It was so cute.
This little piggy went to the market.
This little piggy was out there in the Bahamas.
In the sea. Okay? Yeah.
The pigs are so aggressive. They give you these little sausages to
That's not what I was expecting.
And they like run at you. You're like, you like throw it and you're like, oh my gosh. Like, it's fine. You like pet them. The little
sausages?
Yes.
They ate themselves.
They ate themselves. It's
wow.
bad. Like little hot dogs.
That's pigableism. I can't.
It's pretty bad. I didn't even realize they were just putting these little like nugget things at the end.
Hopefully
like,
they were
that? They're like
chicken
hot dogs.
sausage. Hopefully, I don't know.
I don't know. It was pretty bad. I felt a little terrible at the end. I was like petting the smaller ones, but the bigger ones, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I don't like it. Like, they stepped on my toe, and I was like, oh, no, I'm out. I was on the boat drinking. I was like, you guys have fun.
And those hooves are probably no joke.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I'll say pigs, like, normally, I've been to, like, a farm, and it's a little more, like, stay away. It's like a, like, love you from afar, because they're kind of stinky. But if they're in the ocean, they probably were nice and clean and crisp.
I mean...
Crisp bacon.
They, like, roll around in the sand, so I'm not sure. But there was, like, monkeys as well. I got chased by a monkey.
Oh, no. See, nope.
It was not what it was not like Jungle Book. Like, it's not like Good Times, it was terrifying. So, that's why, I mean, they're wild animals.
How did you get the monkey off you? Why did it chase you? Did you have something?
No, I, went to go feed him, and he thought I was taking his food, and he, ran at me, and I have, a video of it, running away.
Oh, my gosh.
I might post it.
You should post it. Share it with me, and I will post it when our episode airs. Because
that would actually be hilarious. We should totally do that.
It would be hilarious, because every place I've gone to where they have monkey forests or whatever, I avoid them like the plague, because...
Yeah, they're bad. They're scary.
Monkeys are terrifying. They're cute from afar or on a, on my screen, but...
Right.
But no.
No, never again. I learned my lesson. That's my travel tip for Bahamas. Stay far away from the monkeys because they are scary.
Stay far away from the monkeys. Watch out for the pigs. Be okay with the fact that they're eating themselves. And you had another travel tip. And actually, so right now I've been wanderlusting like crazy. As we know, I love to travel at least every 2 months, 3 months. And right now I am going stir crazy. So right now, trips from San Diego even to the Bahamas are 300 round trip. Mm-hmm. But I also was looking, and right now is kind of the hurricane season.
Yeah.
So last year when Araceli went, we were all worried, happy for her trip, but worried about her.
Times, and then the hurricane came. It was the biggest storm that the Bahamas have seen in 9 years, something crazy like that. And I'm just lounging about, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's kind of getting stormy. And then it was full blown storm, and I had no idea if I was going to be able to fly out of the Bahamas. But luckily, I was able to fly out, and then it hit, and it was the biggest.
You said it was
storm.
the worst storm that has hit the Bahamas in a
so,
long time, right?
In 9 years or something crazy.
But so luckily it was right after you left. So I've had really crazy timing when I've traveled too.
Right.
Like I've talked about when I came back from the UK, I missed the travel ban by 1 day.
Oh.
So travel ban or hurricane, we obviously have luck in the universe on our side because we made it back safe and sound. The universe was supporting our wanderlust ways, which is great. So, okay, so the Bahamas. So what else did you do there? So we drank sky juice. We swam with the pigs.
A lot of sky juice.
We sky juiced it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it super hot? Is the sun is it equatorial?
It's hot, but it's more humid, and it's tolerable because there's water everywhere. You can just jump in a pool, get in the ocean. They have amazing food. I actually went to a lot of really nice restaurants in the Bahamas. I stayed at the SLS. But I actually love the food way more at the local fish fry markets where there's jerk shrimp and a conch salad. It's so good.
So is that kind of like street food?
Street food, yeah. Yeah, it's like a farmer's market kind of.
Okay. So Araceli's also been to Thailand, which we've talked about at length together, not on the show. And street food is the way to go. There's obviously going to be a ton of really nice restaurants, but to find the real local street food is what it's all about. When you go visit a place, it's just kind of opening your palate up to that kind of thing.
I guess if you want to play it safe, go to a nice restaurant. Usually they'll be inside of a hotel, but I'm a little risque.
And if you're on a budget, let's
balling on a budget. There's no way to be on a budget in the Bahamas. It is expensive.
Is it?
Yeah. That is, I will say one thing. I didn't pay for it, but it was really expensive. Shout out to whoever paid for it.
Woo!
Cheers. Great.
Shout out to our sponsors. You know who you are.
Shout out to my old sponsor. No, he wasn't old. He was great. He's probably watching this. But
yeah, he was a casual casualty. We'll call him that.
He was a great man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bless his soul.
Bless his.
He's great. He's good guy.
Great guy. Yeah, we won't talk more about him.
No.
But so I think that is honestly a great transition into our dating life.
Oh. What dating life?
Well, let's not be humble.
Okay.
So yes, Araceli had this amazing trip. You and I both have gone amazing places with people that didn't make the cut. But that didn't take away from the fun that we had and that we got to, travel and experience this. But I'll say this, one thing her and I have talked about, and this is a piece of advice I have for anyone listening. Never take a trip with someone you do not love.
Oh my God.
So Araceli's trip worked out for her because
it worked out for me.
It was more of a friend.
Yeah, it was a friend thing.
It was a friend thing, which What a great friend.
He's honestly such a good friend.
What a great friend. I love Araceli. She told me that she like went to sleep in her robe every night. So
I was putting out those vibes. I was
she put on a face mask and went to bed in her robe every night.
The friend vibes out.
The friend vibes are out, and that's okay though. So because I'm sorry, but if things are, offered, they shouldn't be in expectation of anything in return.
No.
Our company is worth enough.
I will say that I felt like I wasn't pressured. It was like a gentleman, like chivalry thing. Like,
I know.
It was good. It was good. We're not talking badly on this.
No, we're absolutely not talking badly. No, not at all.
But your trip, that one was.
So your girl took a trip to Costa Rica, and gave it a chance, and it just did not.
I love this story.
It did not turn out the way that it should have. So I think we'll talk about So we love to talk about turn-ons, turn-offs. I'd like to focus more this episode on our like turn-ons. Okay. So
take notes.
So we'll say turn-ons, but then we're going to obviously like have the flip side of why that's a turn-on for us, because obviously we've had something that nightmares that have turned us off. So this is a fun story. So when I went to Costa Rica at the beginning of the year, I went with somebody who fully well knew I was like, not sure about everything. I'm like, let's like see how it goes.
No, he knew. Yeah.
He knew. But, I had told him I already had a trip planned. I was going to the UK. He said, I really want to go on a trip with you. Let's just go. I want to go. And I said, okay, well then that's that. Like, have it in writing.
Right.
But the thing for me is I'm a person that like, I have no poker face. So I tried as I might. Also, this person just like, if you don't like somebody, everything that they do is annoying to you. I remember
she was telling me all the annoying things that he was doing, and I was like, that's not annoying.
Yes,
it's not bad. I felt so bad. I wanted to write a letter on his behalf, but
Araceli?
No.
You better take that back and rip that up and throw it.
I rescind my statement.
You guys, you know what? You be the judge. We're gonna break it down.
Okay.
So we land in Costa Rica. This bitch, nice enough person. But he has kind of a nasally voice, and he sung every time we got in the car, on the road again. I said, if you sing that fucking song one more time.
She was so mad.
One more time. And he's like, I'm just trying to love you.
That's too soon.
That's
too soon.
Could have jumped out of the car.
I felt
Road rash isn't cute, but it's cuter than that. I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, I remember that.
So there was that, and I swallowed my pride, and I, took a shot, and just we
tried.
We proceeded. So we get to this beautiful place in Costa Rica. There's toucans all around. Luckily there was a swim up bar, so that
Thank God.
Thank God. And Sir checked a bag, and we brought bottles of alcohol, so that was good. We could make cocktails in the room. But just once again, tip is do not travel with somebody you do not love, because as hard as I tried,
1000%,
every single thing just annoyed me to no end. I did try though, you guys. So then what else happened? So this is the big one. So then we drove so Costa Rica is huge. So if you want to go to Costa Rica, just know that you are not going to see everything if you only have a week. So we stayed for a week. I'm a kind of a clean freak, especially if it's not a nicer hotel. Our first hotel was beautiful. The second place was hop skipping away from the ghetto, but that's okay. Whatever. So, but he knew, like when we walked in, I shot him a look, but it was okay. But we tried to make a cocktail, and I walk around with flip-flops in places that I am unsure of.
Right.
I'm unsure of. Like, if I take a shower and I'm going to put my feet on the floor that I don't know how many people's toes have been on, like it's a third world, country kind of, no. So, I shower, I'd put on my flip-flops, he was catching on, we spent a week together, and I
remember this story.
Go
ahead.
Oh my God. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me, maybe. So, no, not really. But, so.
I remember it. Go on.
He didn't know what to do, but I was like, so shocked. So, he went down he already knew I wasn't a big fan of this place. But so he goes downstairs to go get ice for our drinks. Comes up with a block of ice. This place did not have ice cubes. It was a block of ice. So there was a pitcher in the room, like a plastic dollar store pitcher, and he puts this block of ice in there, and he starts beating the ice with the back of the vodka bottle. And I'm like, oh my God, right? So I'm just like, okay, like praying for, the safety of the vodka, because we're going to need that. But then also, so it didn't break, but then the ice cube broke, and I heard him go, oh, yay, great. Well, so right before this, guys, here's the background story. So this fool sits on the bed, and I'm in the bathroom, the only sink available. And so I am in the way of washing your hands after any kind of contact with feet. So this man takes a shower. He starts lotioning his toes.
Gross.
In between,
Dirty
in his heels, like
he had
frickin'
dirty feet.
He was holding hands with his toes, just like really getting in there, okay? Lotioning them. And I see this, okay? And I like, hey, I actually appreciate that. If a man doesn't wear lotion, I went on a date with this one guy who was like, I've never used lotion in my life. And I was like, goodbye, bump.
Ew.
No, like, ew, I don't want a crusty crew. Like, what the hell is this?
No one wants a crusty crew.
No. So, but anyway, so he lotions these up, and I see this. So there's a mental note, but I'm doing my thing. Then he cracks the ice. He thinks it's logical. He comes over, he goes, look, dips his hand in the cracked ice and tries to pour his lotion toe tundra ice into
so
my glass.
gross.
I said,
nasty, and his feet were dirty.
I said, you just lotioned up your toes. And
maybe he had a foot fetish. Some guys
his
have
own
foot
foot. His own foot.
I don't know what guys are into these days, clearly.
Okay, it was terrible. So anyway, so I said, you just lotioned up your toes. And he was like, oh, I didn't know what to say. And I felt bad, actually.
This guy is mortified right now.
I know. He's mortified.
He's fine.
Don't worry, we unfollowed each other. I was like,
oh,
no.
good.
So anyway, that's okay. But no hard feelings, but also no feelings at all. So goodbye. But so as soon as that happened, he had to all that ice that you worked hard for, we had to throw it down the drain.
I can't.
Just like our trip. So anyway, so that didn't work out. So that's a deal breaker for me. Just make sure that you are clean. I think that's a really good point right now. That's a good point right now.
Hygiene is major. And it's so sad to say, like, turn-ons are hygiene. Like, that's standard, but these days, like, please, hygiene? Can I get some hygiene?
So listen, this is a turn on. So like I said, I want to focus on more of the turn on. That was just a really funny, true anecdote for my friends listening, because the turn on is, guess what? If that fool would have already been seeing how I'm very clean, I shower everything, I put on my flip-flops, I make sure everything is like clean. If he would have broke that ice, went to work for me, hammered that shit out, and then came in the bathroom and said, baby girl, I'm gonna wash these hands before I drop some ice in your glass.
Always wash your hands.
I would have been like,
he probably started COVID with that whole not washing your hands stuff.
Oh my gosh, you know what? I hope not, but I'll say this. It was in January.
That's when it started.
We actually came back on the day that Kobe Bryant died, which I thought was a joke, and it was not. It was very sad. It was a very sad day.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Rest in peace, Kobe and Gianna. But so it was
Gianna, that's not right. So sad.
We're gonna pour one out into our mouth.
This is for you guys. Damn.
I know. Wow.
Way to get in there.
Yeah, we might need a
You're
refill
gonna make
soon.
me cry on the show.
Gonna cry from laughter because that was a joke. But so anyway, so that happened. The rest of the trip was like okay, but I think from that point on, like we both knew that like
it was a no. Guys feel those vibes. Like, have you ever like had like some sort of falling out and they have this like weird understanding that it's just kind of like, oh yeah, all right, I know what I did, and they backtrack, and you're like, thank you so much. I don't have to ghost you.
So we talk about this a lot on the show. We don't like to ghost, but also people know. The vibes do not lie. Right. And yeah, he knew. There was no question that he knew.
Yeah.
So there was that. Once again, I went on the trip because he like really wanted to go with me. It wasn't all bad. We saw some really cool things, saw some beautiful waterfalls. There's pictures.
It was a good trip for yourself. By yourself. Remember when I went to Mexico by myself?
Oh my God, yes. So
that was bad.
So let's hear. Okay, since I told my
this one is bad.
We want a positive and a negative side for this. So
okay.
Positive for me was being clean. Negative was lotioning your toes and then serving me a drink.
I can't hold a straight face.
So let's hear your positive, negative.
Positive?
There had to be a positive of the trip.
Oh, of the trip? No.
Okay.
No, definitely not. But like a turn on.
Turn on. Let's hear a turn on the opposite side.
Turn on is when a guy is just chivalrous. He's like, okay, I'm coming to pick you up.
Being a gentleman. Yeah,
Being a
chivalry is not dead.
Even if I don't want you to give me a ride, just say, hey, okay, I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock. We're going to Barbusa. You know what I mean? And then I'm
Shout
like,
out Barbusa.
Okay, daddy, like 8 o'clock, Barbusa, nice. And if I don't want you to pick me up, I can call an Uber. But we always want you to pick us up. Like, be chivalrous.
So we talked about this. We talk about this all the time. But one major turn on for me is like if we're going out on a date and you know that we're going to be drinking, which of course we're going to be. Like that's part of dating. Dating is drinking. Me and my friends always dating is drinking. It's not like necessarily. It is like you're going to have a cocktail or two. Right. It's not necessarily getting
love wine,
like fucked up.
I will have a cocktail.
We're gonna have a nice bottle of wine, or we're gonna have a cocktail or two.
We are going to have a nice bottle of wine. Take notes.
We are.
Thank you.
That is
I'm
not
28 years
it's
old.
Not a
We're
request.
having a nice bottle.
Did you hear that? It's not a request.
It's not a request.
But so for me, yeah, it's kind of like so that guy, actually that same guy, before we went on this trip, we were gonna go out and have dinner. He took me to Javier's, and I said, "Okay, cool. Are you gonna pick me up?" He said, "Is your bus pass expired?"
Girl, you still went on the trip after that?
Oh, trust me. We went to brunch, and I said, so we're gonna have a little talk right now, and he got his face like looked like
she is so scary. Yeah.
Good. So I said we're gonna have a little talk right now. I said I don't know if you talk to your homeboys like that, but I'm not your homeboy or your homegirl.
No.
If we're going on a trip together, you will be chivalrous to me. You'll be a gentleman. And I said if I wanted to go meet buddies for a drink, then I would, and I would provide my transportation. But if you are asking me to go do these things with you, you're gonna be a gentleman, and that's what I expect, right? You expect somebody to take care of you. If not, I'm gonna stay my ass home or go out with my friends.
Yeah, exactly. I love when guys are like, oh, where do you want to go? I'm like, I'm a personal chef. Like, figure it out.
He said, is your bus pass expired? I said, did you think that was cute or funny?
No.
And I was just quiet and looked at him. And he was just like, no. So listen, guys, if you think that's funny or cute, it's not. Be a gentleman. Offer to take, like, hey, would you like me to pick you up? Or
pick the place, please, for God's sakes. We are women. We don't know what we want.
Pick the place. Oh, you pick.
We don't know what we want.
I'll say this. Sometimes, like, I love if they're like, hey, I want to go here. And if you say it and you're like, I've never had a guy say, let's go here, and me say no. You know?
Right. I've never, I don't know.
Actually, I have too. I have. But most of the time, like, I'd be like, oh, that place is great, or this. Like, we're going to be polite about an alternative, but don't just say, you pick. To us, it shows that you are thinking of us. You want to make sure that that we're happy. You're thinking of something that we like. You know what we like, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm not expecting, like, Nobu, even though Nobu is nice.
So on the last episode, I went to Nobu.
I love Nobu.
I know, it was fabulous. It was fabulous. But yeah, no, I think that just honestly, like somebody I'm going to be with is going to make sure that I'm safe and sound to or fro.
Yeah.
Wherever I go. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Also a dating tip, ladies. If he doesn't have a toolkit and he doesn't know how to build things, do not date him. God, please. I just moved.
If he doesn't have tools, he is a tool.
No, he's a tool. I just moved, and so many guys are like, do you need help moving? I'm like, no, any 4-year-old with a little muscle can help me move. Like, can you, like, help me assemble my belongings? And they're like, oh, I don't have a toolkit, or I'm like, okay, bye.
So I dated this kid that was a couple years younger than me. We'll never do that again, but it was a good time. I'll say this, though. That fool helped me. I got a brand new TV for Christmas.
Yeah, he mounted it.
He mounted.
That's impressive. I had to pay $50. Come on, guys. Get it together.
See, no. He mounted my TV and took me to dinner. I was like, this is what it's about. I'm sorry. Like, that is... Yes, if you want to secure the vag, so that's the new take on secure the vag. If you want to,
can she say vag?
I can say vag.
She can say vag.
This is my show.
Wow, I'm like really wow.
Yeah, so if you want to secure the vag, secure my 55-inch TV.
Oh my God! And, please, come on.
And also, take me to sushi because I love sushi.
Yeah, and don't ask me to cook you anything.
Don't ask me to cook. No, I'm sorry. You're getting popcorn and cinnamon rolls until I know it's real.
You're getting cereal. Like, okay, babe, what do you want? Frosted Flakes or Cocoa Krispies? What can I do for you?
I'm more of a Reese's Puffs girl myself.
Reese's Puffs?
I love Reese's Puffs. Those are bomb, B. What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite is Fruity Pebbles.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
We love Fruity We love the Fruity Pebble Rice Krispies from
Chiba Hut.
We were on this Chiba Hut kick, like sandwiches, whatever. We're not talking about that.
So it's in the winter, so guess what? It's summertime, so it's a carb-free summer. But but when
Is it?
Well, we're trying.
We're trying.
We're trying.
We're trying really hard.
Okay, but anyway, so that's a great tip. So men listening, please, it's just polite. Like if you want to go out with us, please offer to either pick us up or pick the place or offer us an Uber. It just makes us feel more inclined to be. Right. If you're generous with us, we'll be generous with you. With you know what, we're not obviously like that, but I mean just like with our femininity, with our time is precious. So I have plenty of other things I could be doing besides wasting my time and my.
I mean, you and I are both so busy with work.
Oh yeah.
It's like and I hate to say it, I hate to be that girl that's like, well, you know, I could have been working right now, but like, yeah, I could have been working right now.
To live where we live, it is a grind. It's a grind. It's expensive. Yeah. So our time is expensive and valuable, and as everyone should be. We're not saying that yours isn't, but like if you see us, if you value us, show us that by letting us know that our time is valuable to you. Send me an Uber, boo. Yeah,
it's $12. You're fine. You'll be okay. I promise.
You'll be okay.
Just sell something on OfferUp to make up for the $12.
That's true. Disinfect it first, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a good one. And then we talked about another tip earlier.
Oh, yeah. The number one thing that I tell everybody, if this person is not passionate in any aspect of their life, they will not be passionate about you. I don't care what you say. If the man or woman is not passionate and fully enthralled into their career or their family is a big thing, but family or a specific hobby, they're not going to bring that passion to the relationship at all. I don't care what you say. I mean, I've had ex-boyfriends that have no hobbies, and then it's like, I'm like, well, why aren't they like passionate about me? It's like, well, they're not a passionate person at all, or they're not passionate about anything in their whole life. So why would they be passionate about this relationship? So definitely just make sure this person has a life, like a hobby, or is, you know, trying to further themselves in their career, because that'll reflect in your relationship, right?
Right.
So definitely look out for that. Don't go for anyone that's lazy.
Well, passion is, you know, it's purpose, and purpose is attractive. And when you meet somebody who, like, you see their eyes light up when they talk about something besides you, like, we all want somebody that lights up when they talk about us, somebody that's passionate about us. But like you said, if you don't see that, to me, like, a first date is an interview, you know? It's like, what?
It is.
Let's hear, like, what you do in your life. Why should I want to intertangle my life with you? Because
an entanglement.
Why? I said entangle. Oh, shit.
Entanglement.
But hey, this is more than an entanglement, B.
I want an entanglement.
Oh my, I can't believe her. Poor
hilarious.
Poor Will.
Sorry, Will. But he's single now, so.
Are they? No, they literally said they're in a life partnership.
Oh. Okay.
He's sad though. He's
sad.
I'm sad. That was sad.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either, but I seen the memes. So you can't miss the memes.
You can't miss the memes.
His poor sweet face.
I know.
Come on, he's been like one of our main actor guys forever.
I love Will Smith. He's amazing. One of my favorite movies is I Am Legend. Like is it a zombie movie? I'm scared of zombies, but I like zombie movies.
It's a robot movie, huh?
No, it's like a apocalypse.
iRobot.
No, girl. But maybe that too. He's in a lot of movies.
He's in everything.
Yeah, he is. He's in my heart. I'm thinking about you, Will.
Yeah, we love you.
Let me know when you're single.
We love you. Araceli would like to be entangled. So
I would like an entanglement.
Oh.
He seems so smart. That I'm a sucker for like smart men. You just like, I just want to learn something from you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I love anybody. Also, another quote that I love. I forget who said this, but if you go to somebody's house and they do not have books, don't fuck them.
Don't.
Okay? We don't want a dumb fuck.
We don't. I've been to a few houses that have no books, and I'm kind of like, okay.
I have so many books. I have to buy shelves like every couple months to accommodate them.
My roommate has a ton of books, so I'm like, those are mine too.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah.
I have all the books that you've recommended for me, and I'm actually reading one right now.
Which one?
The Secret.
The secret. We love that. Yes.
Love the secret.
Well, that's why we are where we are today. Honestly, we've manifested our lives thus far, and it's just going to keep getting better and better and better.
Yes, definitely.
Love that. Okay, so tell me one of your worst date stories.
Oh my God. The date or the trip? Which one do you want?
I think you could give me whatever one you prefer.
I think the trip, because it was so interesting. It was a trip indeed.
Since we're on the travel kick, let's hear about the trip, because this was a trip.
Right, it was a trip.
This trip was a trip.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I went on this trip with this famous influencer guy. We won't say his name, but he has something to do with
you know who you are.
And his name rhymes with Bonnie. Okay, so
oh God.
so anyways, his name rhymes with Bonnie, but he took me on this trip for my birthday and was just so like consumed by social media, wanted me to take all these photos for his social media, and was like,
without you?
Yeah, he was like,
oh no.
He was like, oh, can you edit this for me? Can you edit this for me? Like, oh, this would be great for my feed. And I'm like, hello, like
you're all feed me.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm like on a trip with a girl right now. So we go to this tequila tasting, and then we ride on this ATV. He didn't want to take the ATVs. He was scared. So
of the ATVs, huh?
Right, he didn't want to do it. So we rode in this like buggy. Everyone else was on ATVs, and I had to drive. So I drove all the way up this mountain.
Because he was documenting it? He was influencing?
I don't know what he was doing. It wasn't me, though.
Okay.
So anyways, we got up to this mountain. We did this tequila tasting, and that was fun. I was like, all right, cool. He's drinking. Like, maybe he's going to loosen up and be fun, you know? And then everyone jumps into this river, and everyone jumped in except for him. And everyone was like, hey, you know, where's your boyfriend? Where's your boyfriend? And he's, like, up there, like, taking pics. And I was like, oh. And I understand Spanish. I'm Mexican, so these people didn't know I spoke Spanish, but they were like, she's going to break up with him when they get home. And I was like, yup.
Oh,
so
my
anyways,
God.
Yeah, so everyone jumped in except for him. And later on in the trip, I figured out it's because he doesn't know how to swim. He never told me this. We would go in the pool. He, like, took this floaty from this child. Like, he literally stole it. Like, the mom came over and was like, hey, can we have our floaty back? And I was, like, so embarrassed. I had to, like, apologize on his behalf. And it's because he couldn't swim. I know, right? I was like, oh, my God, perdón. This is my child. Sorry. So, yeah, he stole a floaty. It was all about the gram. And it was just so... It was not attractive. It didn't end up working out. But, you know, you live and you learn. Live, love, laugh. What is that?
Live, love, and laugh. We definitely laughed.
Laugh really hard.
Laughed really hard.
Yeah.
Lo siento, but
No.
it's a no from me.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog. Okay, so that was, you got a little bit of a taste of a little vacay gone wrong.
Right.
But so let's talk about things that, because we love men. Like, we want them to know.
We like you guys.
We don't want to bash, like, honestly, we want you guys to hear this so you know what not to do.
Right.
So,
for sure.
But let's also talk about the things that we love that men have done for us. So
Yeah.
let's, like, talk about a couple instances of some dates that we've gone on or things that men have done for us that were, like, so amazing and we so appreciated.
Right. So I remember I went on a date with this guy that I really didn't know very well, but he was like, wear comfy shoes, you know, like clear your schedule for the whole day. And I'm thinking like, oh, we're going to go on a hike, right? So I was like, okay, like that's exciting too, because I'm a simple girl. Like, you know, I'm from Chula Vista. Like I didn't grow up like rich or anything. I'm not like, oh, we're going to like Catalina Island. But he ended up like surprising me and taking me to Disneyland.
The best surprise ever.
I'm a huge Disneyland girl. Like,
Who
I
isn't?
love Disneyland.
If you don't like Disneyland, I had this one guy I dated, and he was like, yeah, I'd rather do anything else than go to Disneyland. And I'm like...
Disneyland is so fun.
I'm like, you'd rather do anything else than me then, because...
Right,
fuck
this is
off.
not happening. Like,
yeah.
No. So we went to Disneyland, we came back, and he was like, all right, we're getting massages. We got massages at the Hard Rock and at the Rock Spa. Great massage. And then we had dinner at his family's restaurant. He had like his cousins like set up all this like candles everywhere with like wine and dinner. It was like Mimo's in Little Italy, so it's so beautiful. And that was so thoughtful. Like he just like wanted to wow me, and I love that he was so vulnerable and not like, oh, like I'm just gonna act like I don't care. Like he really wanted to show me a good time.
It's cool to care. Like
Right.
I think so many times people try to act like, or it's such a culture of like who can care less more.
Right.
There's
And
a song
I'm
about
not like that at all.
No, I want people to know I care about them. Like
Yeah.
I love showing somebody that they mean something to me,
Right.
and we need more of that. And I think that needs to be normalized
Yeah.
because that's not cute. It's not. It doesn't feel good. And like life is short. I want to feel as good as I can. I want to make people that I'm interacting with feel as good as
Right.
they can too. So
Right.
to feel that from somebody who is pursuing you is really important.
Right.
Yeah.
And to like someone who will like hype you up and help your business grow and like kind of just say like, hey, like this person's really great. Like I don't mind doing whatever it takes for them because I'm the same way. Like when I'm in a relationship, I give my all. I'm not afraid to look stupid and just say like, you know, do all these, you know, cook. You've seen I used to cook all the time and do nice
Yes.
things. And so I'm not afraid to do that a million more times because I know one day I'll find somebody who like appreciates me and will reciprocate.
Exactly. It's all about being yourself, and you're going to attract, like, the energy you put out, you're going to get
Right.
somebody that's also going to match that energy, because energy is everything. It's a magnet. What you put out, you attract. So what had happened with that guy?
We didn't work out, but we're still friends, and he's married now. He's a great guy. I mean, she's
Honestly-
definitely a lucky woman.
Well, so yeah, I feel like he was super respectful, so I
Yeah.
would imagine that would have ended probably respectfully
Yeah.
as well.
very, very mature.
Very mature. That's awesome. I also had a really great Disneyland date kind of weekend with this guy I had like kind of recently started seeing, and he was like, I really want to take you to Disneyland, and that's every girl's dream. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let's go. So we stayed at the Grand Californian, which is
Oh.
so crazy, super nice. It's very like log cabiny, but
Mhm.
like upscale log cabiny. We got breakfast delivered every morning. Went
That's
to
the best.
downtown Disney and got Bloody Marys in the morning.
Yeah, that's
and
so fun.
Yeah,
you feel like a kid again. You know what I mean? And you just be wild and silly with whoever. That's what Disneyland is about. Just being like a kid again, and it's so fun that you can do that with someone who's potentially going to be like your
Your
forever
person.
thing.
Exactly. And life is about having fun and being a kid, because like since you're a kid, all you're doing is growing up. So like it's nice to be able to revert back to that with somebody
Right.
who you
For
feel
sure.
safe and comfortable with and
Mhm.
wants to do that, because I've also been with people that are just like way too serious, and it's
Oh my
not
God.
it's not
you
a
know
fun
who I'm
time.
thinking about right now?
I do. I absolutely do. Mm-mm.
I dated the most serious guy of Earth. He was like, "Ugh, no laughing. He was like German.
No
He's
laughter,
like,
no
no
fun.
laughing, no nothing. Please,
Oh
no
my
laughing.
God.
I'm like, calm down, bro. Calm down.
No, yeah, let's have a freaking
Yeah, let's be fun.
Let's have
Come
a
on.
schnitzel and a good time right now. Come on.
Yeah.
But no, so that was really fun, and really thoughtful. Like, and also he let me kind of plan. I said I want to go here, here, and here, but he made sure it happened. So I like somebody who listens to the things that I say and then makes those things
Right.
happen.
He sounds easygoing. What happened with that?
It just didn't work out. It was he wanted something kind of more serious than I did, and you have to listen to your gut sort of
Right.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still, like great, like you said, like really like
Great
good friends
friends.
on great terms, and it was a great time that we both like will remember forever.
Oh.
It was amazing. So there was nothing bad about it at all. It was the most fabulous Disneyland trip I've ever been on. A
Wow,
whole
we
weekend
both
at
went
Disney.
on like dates in
Amazing
Disneyland. Oh my
dates,
God.
I know. It's a dream. But yeah, so that was great. And then so maybe another really good date that you've been on, and like you're like, wow, I would like somebody else to do that for me.
Oh man, it's sad. I should know this, like, off the top of my head. Another good date. I think it was just like a casual picnic in Central Park. So.
Oh, it's such
Yeah. Because I mean, like when you're
so
traveling.
casual.
Well, yeah. It's like
Oh,
I
I'm
think he
just
went and
gonna
bought, like,
drink this whole
sandwiches,
thing
and it
now.
was just, yeah. I mean, I thought it was cute. Central Park is like historic.
Did-
I love history, so I was like, oh my God, I feel like wow, like I'm in Central Park. It's historic. I'm eating sandwiches with this dude that I'm super excited about.
They weren't Chiba Hut, but they were.
They
alright.
weren't. Chiba Hut is so good.
Chiba Hut is so good.
Can we eat that?
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Chiba Hut.
Okay, so that's honestly sweet too. Like a picnic, something out of the
It's
ordinary.
just a thought, like, that counts, right? He, like, went out of his way to get sandwiches and, like, get a blanket, like, had this whole thing, like, pick the spot. It's like, I don't need a ton of money thrown into this date. The fact that you thought about it and knew that I would love it, that means everything.
Well, and so one thing that we always talk about is, so since you're a personal chef, like, I have seen so many times you showed me that guys are like, oh, like, cook for me. Cook for me, bitch. Like, what is this?
Yeah, for sure. You can book me on Thumbtack. Like, you can book me, honey, like, anytime you want. I'll
yeah,
cook
and
for
until
you.
then, I'm putting
Don't
a
worry.
thumbtack up your ass for asking me some bullshit.
It's so funny. I'm like, oh, man, do you realize I just came back from Miami? Like, I was flown out, and you want me to cook for you for free?
You want me, no.
Please.
Well, but it's also, like, either take me out, like, the first couple days, or...
Don't demand things from me. Like, so rude. It's so tacky.
Let me offer, if anything,
yeah,
right?
and I will. You know me. I love cooking. Like, chances are, if you take me out and make me feel special, I'll probably cook you a 5-star meal. You're welcome. I will do that.
Yeah. If you impress me, I want to impress you, kind of thing. So once again, and I feel like relationships are this, even though it's 2020, like, chivalry, like we've talked about, it's not dead, and we want men to show their hand first, and then we'll, it's like it's a card game. Let's
I want to be
play
courted.
back and forth.
I want to be
we
courted.
We want to be courted. NBA 2K, we trying to court it up.
Oh shoot, she went there. All right,
we went there.
We went there.
But even though the creators of NBA 2K don't know how to court properly, we do, and we're taking notes, and we're
learning.
We're learning, and that's what life is. It's it's like having experiences and taking what we liked and then throwing away the rest that we didn't, and moving forward.
Right.
But yeah, being courted is so important. Like, putting in the effort to plan something special, whether it's a picnic, a Disneyland trip, especially down here where we live. Like, it's an hour and 20 minutes from our doorstep to Disneyland. Like, there's no reason.
It's not far.
No reason we can't do that. Also, we live close to Mexico. Like, let's plan a trip. And, like, for me, my love language is going and doing things together. So quality time and sharing experiences. So let's go to Rosarito because it's right across.
It's so cheap too.
It's so cheap. So let's do, and so that's the other thing too. It's like, does it feel special to have money spent on us? Yes. But that, like, it doesn't matter about, like, the dollar sign. It matters about the time you put in and the consideration you put in. Oh, I think she's going to love this. We're going to be able to spend this quality time together.
What I've been saying, what I like when men are like, oh, I know you love wine. This is it. I mean, I had a guy take me to Toscana, and I know that restaurant isn't, like, my favorite, but he was like, I know you love wine. It's a wine bar. Let's go. And I'm like, oh, and so it was he listens to me.
It was so cute. It was like, okay, thank you so much, right? Or, like, yeah, like, if I said, I like wine, take me wine tasting, or I love craft cocktails, and I had a guy take me on a first date to False Idol, and
I love that place.
Yeah, and then
I've been there a few times.
So it's one of my favorite places. I would love to eventually film there, and so it took me to False Idol for drinks first, and then we went and ate at Craft and Commerce. So
been there a few times too.
It's all about, like, honestly, like, I know for me in my business, what I do is plan ahead because it shows that I care.
Right. So
in dating, men should, in the courting phase, plan ahead to show that you care. It's just, like, it makes the experience more magical.
Right.
It gives it a higher value.
Right.
And so we know we're high value, so put high value on us by showing us that with your plans, with your sending us either...
Just time in general. Time is money, and, like, fact that you want to spend it with me is, like, thank you so much.
Time and effort. Do not sing On the Road Again when we get in the car.
Oh my God.
Chelsea,
let him live. Can he live? It was one mistake.
Not next to me, sister. It wasn't one mistake.
All right,
okay?
I won't ever sing. I actually have a fine-tuned voice, though. You might want to hear it. I won't sing now just because...
I think you have to now.
No, I haven't gargled salt. It's like a process. You can't just bust out.
Oh, you haven't gargled salt.
We'll talk about it later.
But no, really. So I think that
I can't drink with you.
You can always drink with me.
No, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm trying to be good.
No,
2020.
we are good. We don't need to try.
All right.
So, no, but really though, it's just all about the thought you put into anything, and we'll reciprocate that energy. So let's end it off with like a quick tip for guys, girls, and then one in general.
All right, girls. He has to have a toolkit, please. Like, that's number one. And he has to be kind. Like, you cannot treat other people
thoughtful,
poorly.
kind and thoughtful.
Yeah, right. Men, get a girl that's passionate, driven, so you're not holding up the whole team. And yeah, that's all I can say. I mean, the passion goes both ways. I feel like the passionate thing.
Passion goes both ways. Also, please make sure to wash your hands.
No, I knew it.
Wash your hands.
Why?
Wash your sheets.
Wear a face mask.
to bed before you go to bed. You know what I mean?
Mask.
Wear a face mask in public. That's important, right? But like also men, take care of yourselves. Like let's whiten those teeth. Okay?
Ooh.
Let's whiten those teeth. Let's do a facial scrub.
Oh my god.
Once a week maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we don't want to feel that like all the time, you know? Also, here's a big one for me. Scruff McGruff, it's not enough, okay? You are trying to come kiss I don't know if I want to say this.
Oh
you know what I'm gonna say.
Okay. You guys know.
You understand, but shave your face if you want
to go in that place.
This bitch.
I'm learning from her.
We're friends. That's
friends.
why.
We just like feed off of each other.
We do. Okay, so yes, please wash your face, scrub your face, shave your face,
and learn how to swim before you take me to Mexico. Fuck.
Wait, do you think that he couldn't swim?
He told me he couldn't swim.
That's embarrassing. You could have taught him. That could have been a bonding moment, Araceli.
Girl,
where were you?
I was getting drunk.
Where were you?
By myself. I was like, all right, I'm not.
Araceli was up in the room. She literally sent me a video.
I sent her a
from
video.
the room,
True story.
zooming down.
He was so consumed in his phone.
Araceli's dancing
in the room, like drinking tequila. He had no idea. He was like on his phone. It was a good time.
Araceli was dancing, drinking tequila in the room, taking a video of this bitch on his phone in downstairs at the pool.
He's a cool guy, but he just can't swim. And other things.
Well, and his sperm's not gonna swim to the egg. So, so he's so out.
He's out.
But yeah, so once again, I am so excited that you got to come on the show today.
Me too. Thank you for having me. I had such a good time. I'm gonna have to call an Uber.
We're gonna Uber together. We're actually gonna go get some happy hour because this is the happiest hour I've had in a while
of my life. Literally, oh my gosh, the happiest hour. Like, step it up.
Happiest hour I've had in a while. So thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully you got some good things out of our tips, and we hope we inspired your next trip.
Cheers.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and remember to stay up to date.